I'm Isis Romero, and this is the news in San Antonio. Questions remain about the man accused of opening fire on guests in the parking lot of the Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino late Saturday in Eagle Pass. 34-year-old Kirian Rashad Jones remains in custody. Sue Kalberg is looking into his background.
As soon as we arrived at the Tuscany Park Apartments, we were asked to leave the property, so we did, and we turned to database searches. The accused gunman isn't on the Bexar County Justice Portal, indicating he has no criminal history here, so we turned to a national database. Kirian Jones doesn't have a lot of history. We found one old speeding ticket and one civil action for unpaid rent in Oklahoma. Still, neighbors who watched the drama right outside their doors say it was scary.
We could see there was a SWAT team at these stairs right here, and then we heard a flashbang.
Goen says she's shocked the quiet-natured man they said was chill would be accused of such a violent act.
He seemed really nice, and he had these really well-behaved dogs, and so we thought he was a cool guy, so it's pretty crazy.
Both in San Antonio and in rural Wilson County, where the suspect was captured, neighbors said they were grateful things ended without injury.
There was probably a dozen SWAT members, and they were all geared up and had their semi-automatics and everything.
I walked out and there were all kinds of lights and policemen and ambulances, and more were coming on the scene all the time. There was a helicopter, there were so many policemen. Excellent job, excellent job.
As we learn more, we'll share it. In North San Antonio, Sue Kalberg, KENS 5.
That shooting has also prompted many questions about the alleged killer's motive. We're also learning more about the victims. Zach Briggs has the latest.
What began as an evening of fun for so many quickly turned into a nightmare. And more than 24 hours after the shooting here in Eagle Pass, the casino remains closed to the public. Today we observed just a couple tribal police cars patrolling the parking lot, not a massive security presence at all. The crime scene now cleared up. I caught up with one woman who lives right next to the casino. She was asleep when the shooting took place, but after learning of what unfolded, she's having second thoughts about visiting the casino again. But her heart is with the two people killed and those injured. Among those who died, Alicia Sanchez of Dimmitt County. Relatives tell KENS 5 she was a mother of several children. Family members made the trip to Eagle Pass as word spread of the tragedy. Eagle Pass Mayor Aaron Valdez shared his condolences on Facebook, identifying Marcus Mark Antley as one of the victims. The mayor said Antley, a retired U.S. Customs and Border Protection agent, spent much of his life in public service and was a beloved member of the Eagle Pass community. 5 others were hurt in the shooting. 2 were airlifted to San Antonio. We know a 22-year-old woman has since been released, while a 59-year-old woman remains hospitalized at University, listed in fair condition. And while the criminal investigation is still underway, no word from Kickapoo representatives on when the casino will open back up to the public. In Eagle Pass, I'm Zach Briggs, KENS 5.
Meantime, police in San Antonio have made 2 arrests in connection with a deadly shooting on the city's west side. Investigators say a 35-year-old man was gunned down while making his way into an apartment. Earl Stoudemire has details on the suspects now in custody.
Police say Alejandro Pacheco was arrested and accused in the murder of a 35-year-old man. Investigators say the victim was at Pacheco's home at the San Juan Square Apartments off South Zarzamora just after 1 Friday morning, along with a second man. When the victim got to Pacheco's door, police say he started knocking, and that's when Pacheco shot through the door, hitting the victim multiple times. The second man, who was with the victim, Joshua Sanchez, is accused of grabbing a weapon from the victim during the shooting. He's now facing a charge of tampering with evidence. Both Sanchez and Pacheco were arrested on scene, and both weapons were recovered. Pacheco and Sanchez are in the Bexar County Detention Center. No bond has been listed yet for their charges. Earl Stoudemire, KENS 5.
A 17-year-old girl was shot and killed at a party over the weekend, and now the search is on for the shooter. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office says the shooting happened around 2:30 Sunday morning on Lucky Road on the southwest side. Someone called 911 about a fight at the party, which they said spilled onto the street, and someone started shooting. When deputies arrived, they found the 17-year-old victim with a gunshot wound to the head. She died at the scene. Officials are asking anyone who is at that party or has any information to call them at the number on your screen, 210-335-6000. A Bexar County deputy is now charged with assaulting a family member. Benjamin Ramos III is now facing charges after an argument about him attending an event with his ex-girlfriend turned violent. The victim told San Antonio police that Ramos punched her neck, temple, and face, causing swelling, bruising, and a broken blood vessel in her eye. Ramos, a bailiff since 2005, faces criminal charges and an administrative investigation. One day closer to the start of the new NBA season right here in San Antonio. And today, the Spurs held their media day. It gives them, the team, a chance to introduce new faces on the roster. This year is also different because for the first time since 1996, someone else is in the head coach seat. Hall of Fame head coach Greg Popovich retired in May, and interim head coach Mitch Johnson officially took the reins this summer. The Spurs kick off training camp this week on Tuesday. And that's the news in San Antonio.